Hey, so I thought it would be fun to put together a list of all my levels from worst to best. I will only include proper levels and not things like this. I also won't include collab parts, but I will include collabs I feel like I've contributed enough to. So let's get this started. So at number 18, my worst level, we got Sorrow Snowstorm. Most people watching have probably never seen this, and I do have to ruin that for you today. But anyways, I made this immediately after coming back to the game 4 years ago. And funnily enough, this was gonna be the Extreme Demon. Although I was not nearly good enough to verify it back then, so I dropped the idea pretty quickly. The level was supposed to be Christmas themed, which I know can be really hard to tell at times. I did a horrible job with the theme representation, and the deck was just of course horrid. The gameplay is like below average. You know, let's not waste our time on this, move on. At number 17, we've got Lunacy. This was probably even more unknown than Sorrow Snowstorm. It did not catch any attention nor any sense after it came out. It was a bit of a letdown after I made Rift to Reality, as though it has no real solid theme, but instead it just spews rainbows every year for no apparent reason. I probably should have scrapped it, as I didn't even like it when I was making it, but it's whatever now. As for the quality, the deco fluctuates between bad and below average. I do gotta say, I do like the waves floating randomly in the ball section, but besides that, this was pretty bad. And at number 16, we have Turbine. Yeah, I'm noticing a trend of these slow levels being very unknown. Anyways, it's a collab that me and Aste made probably in like a total of 3 hours. The deco ain't bad, but it doesn't really do anything interesting. It's also 31 seconds long, so that doesn't help. At number 15, we have Head Trip. The first actual interesting level so far. Let me give you a brief history of it actually. So before I made the level like 2 years ago, I was addicted to Uzi's videos and he made me want to start creating myself. So I opened up the editor, used all the skills I learned from him, which is mainly blending overlays, and the result luckily turned out to be quite cool. And I even requested it to Uzi, and he sent it for a feature. That's what kicked off my creating career, actually made me want to create more. I still do think the level's cool. I've never really seen anything that looks or plays like it, and I really enjoy the colors and the gameplay made in the level. Next up, at number 14, we have Flatfield, a collab between me, Credo, and Aste. This is just another Neo design level we made very quickly for fun, but this one turned out quite a bit better than Turbine. Unlike Turbine, this level has an atmosphere and a theme, and the designs in it are just better. Gameplay is pretty fun, and doing all these skips in the ballpark is the most fun you can possibly have in this game. Plus it has this. And very controversially, at number 13, we have Light Show. I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this one, but hear me out. It was made directly after Guide Me, and you know that topping that would have been hard. So naturally, I got a little bit pressured, and even without considering that, the level was just not good. The gameplay is average, and oh my, is it unbalanced. The last wave is by far harder than anything else in the level, and the worst part is that I was fully aware of that. Didn't really care enough to fix it though. I know, I'm a great creator. As for the deco, it's pretty average too. I'm only putting it above Flatfield because the first skip's pretty fire, but the rest is quite mid. At number 12, you have Telescope. The last and the best of the Neo design levels me, Credo, and Aste have made. This one doesn't feature Credo though. It's an intense, fun, and pretty good looking level. Not much to say about it, I got a comment on my genius coin right at the end of the level. I bet people really enjoyed that. At number 11, we have my first rated level, Rift to Reality. This is my second proper level I've made, and this one also got sent from Uzi. It's themed around dreaming, and the level does reflect that quite well. It's practically almost 0.5 speed, and coupled with the original deco, it makes it a very captivating atmosphere. And when I say original deco, I do quite mean it. Take a look at this fun little effect I made in the wave part. It's made using just a few blocks that follow you along with some spawn triggers. I'm sure I could have optimized it a lot more with using collision triggers, but it's my second proper level. Don't expect that. Plus it only has 18k objects, so it doesn't really need that much optimization in the first place. Next up at number 10, we have Veins. It's a fun, fast, human body themed medium demon that, unlike other body themed levels, does not have any gore in it. How fun! There's some interesting gameplay I've made. I do think this is where my style really began developing. The gameplay is insanely fun, and I do mean it. It's kinda click-sync-ish, but more fair than a lot of click-sync levels I know. About the deco, some of it is really well made too. The ship art is still probably like my top 10 best parts or something. The designs are so cool. I do think if I was Rob I would put a feature on it, but I don't really mind that much. And at number 9, we have Thin Air. It's a sky themed easy demon I made around February last year. It has some quite funky designs and interesting gameplay, although I would not consider my best or even close to best. Not much to say about this one, but I just love the ship and UFO part. It's also somehow my most played level. How cool is that? Up next at number 8, we have Somnier. A very fast-paced and insane hard demon created by me and Kreno. It features some flashy but cool deco. Anyways, all the gameplay in the level is made by me, and I've noticed that a lot of people call it their favorite hard demon, which is really nice to hear. Also, fun fact, it's actually placed at number 10 on the hard demon list as of writing this. Please re-rate this to insane. At number 7, we've got another collab. It's Headspin, a direct sequel to Head Trip that me and my friend Bubble made. It's actually not on my account, but I did decide to add it here, just cause I made half of it. Now, I usually don't like level sequels that much, but I think we did a good job with Headspin. It expands directly on Head Trip while also being reminiscent to it. One of my favorite things that we did with it is making it memory based. Such a sick way to improve on Head Trip, and the decoration in the first few parts calls back to the beginning and ending of Head Trip, while everything else just references the middle. The level does have a bit of a story to it, but it's not for this video. If you want to see that, I'll put a link in the description to a video me and Bubble made. All a warning, as some things may be outdated. One of the more recent levels on this list is actually Vosh Stride, coming in at number 6. Initially after release, I kinda hated this level for not having any cohesive elements to it. And I did use a different gameplay style to what you'd find in a level like U235. But as of now, I think it's pretty good. It has decent atmosphere, and some parts actually have really good world building. Take a look how cool this robot is. I definitely do think I slacked off on this ship though, not even entirely sure what it's supposed to be. About that, the levels feel just exploration of different environments, which really doesn't mean much. That's why the level feels all over the place. But I do still think that just the raw quality of some parts is enough to put at number 6. Entering the top 5, we have the brand new Hazy Memories. It's a rather interesting take on memory I haven't really seen much of before, and I haven't made an effect level in a while prior to Hazy Memories, so I gave effect style another go, and it went quite smoothly. I like how bloomy it feels at times, and I really enjoy the idea of the last part getting more and more cluttered as you go on. I do wish I made it more varied though, as some things feel very samey. Now gameplay wise, I find it to be very unique. As of writing this, the level has 2 victors, Harrison and Smithy. And they did both love it, so I trust them on that. I do know it won't be for everyone though. At number 4, we have System 32, the oldest level in the top 5. Yet it still bangs quite hard. As the name may hint, it's a computer themed level, and as the level goes on, the computer breaks down for a virus you've downloaded, leading to a blue screen at the end. If any of you say Killbot right now. Anyways, level actually has some really cool pieces of deco I've made. Take a look at these fans in the background of the ball. They're very simple, but it's still one of my favorite deco pieces I've made. And as for the gameplay, it's really fun. Decently fast paced and flukeable, although the beginning is a little bit harder than the rest. But if you can get past that issue, then I think you'll enjoy it. Also, can I just point out how cool this ending sequence is? I love it so much. Okay, time for the next level, which is Guide Me at number 3. For the longest time I thought this was my very best level, but since it has been topped, it's themed after an apocalypse, and I do think I conveyed that quite nicely with the environment having more and more issues as you go along. There's some insane attention to detail and animations I've made, and I do want to give myself credit for that. Take a look at this light bulb breaking. I still do think this is my hardest project to date. It was such a leap of quality from what I've made back then, and I was genuinely scared it's gonna end up being terrible, but I did follow through with it, and the result is quite neat. Now gameplay wise, it still is decent. It's not my most fun level, but I do think it's quite enjoyable to play. I just think the sheer attention to detail is enough to put at number 3. Some of you may already know what the number 1 spot is when I say this, but number 2, we've got U235, by far my funnest level. I usually talk about deco first, but I just want to say this. I did a really good job with gameplay, and I'm really proud of that. Gameplay is similar to Somnier, in a sense where it's click pattern based, and I feel like it was a perfect choice for such a drum heavy song. My favorite part from the level is definitely the duo. I know this whole video probably already sounds egotistical, but it's probably my top 3 favorite duels in the game. One thing I could have done with the gameplay is made the last ship a bit more consistent, because when I beat it, I died at 98 3 times. About the deco, it's Really cool actually. It's themed after a nuclear meltdown where you just manage to turn off the reactor and survive. There are a few details and effects I do differently, but I don't really have any major complaints for the deco. Time to move on to what's in my opinion my best level. It's Constellation. If you don't know, it's my space/star themed easy demon I made around the end of last year. I cannot express how much I love this level. The theme, the deco, the gameplay, it all flows together so nicely. It's probably my most well received level too. I think the most negative comment I've seen on it is not my cup of tea, but I see how others enjoy it. It's also my only Excel level, and I personally think that adds a lot to it. It doesn't feel like it drags on, but instead it adds to the progression of the level. Needless to say, I like this level a lot. So that's it. All my levels ranked from worst to best. Make sure to tell me if you agree with my ranking or not. And if you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe. This took me a long time and you can support me by just doing that. Anyways, that's it for the day. See ya!